Red Pill Radio, this is Chiara Nicoletti from the 81st Venice International Film Festival. I'm honored to be with Kevin Costner, who's here to present Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 2. Welcome. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
So you presented the first chapter in Cannes. Now you're here in Venice with the second one. Was it always in your plans to, let's say, use festival as the right platform for this project? And
yeah, a long time ago, I realized that movies were for the world, not just for Americans. I grew up in a very kind of conservative way. And 35 years ago, I came to the Venice Film Festival, and it changed my life. I had brought one movie to see, but there was a movie that I had made a couple of years earlier that didn't have success in America and had tremendous success here, called Fandango. And I never forgot it. When I made Horizon, there's going to be 4 movies, and I've always depended on the international response to my movies. They don't question in a certain way that they do in America. They just love cinema, and it was very important for me to be in Cannes. It was for the very first one, and my plan was always to come to Venice with the second one, and suddenly it didn't look like it was going to happen because the movie was going to be released 6 weeks after the first one, which would not make it. The Venice Film Festival would prefer not to show films that are already out. So that dream got killed. It wasn't going to happen. And then the idea that the movie wouldn't come out 6 weeks later opened the door, and the Venice Film Festival came to my rescue and said, we want the second movie, which is what I'd always planned. And they went one step further, which really was beautiful, to say, look, let's show both movies, one in the morning, let people have a brunch, come back, go have lunch, do something, and then they'll watch the second one. So for me, the Venice Film Festival has always been really, really important. Is really a place in my heart.
I had this feeling with Chapter 1, but now then Chapter 2 confirmed that I felt that the Horizon was a wise Western in a way that it acknowledges and it shows you the real condition and so many other different point of views that I felt I hadn't seen before. I mean, in terms of women conditions or Native Americans. So I was wondering, was it always your purpose to show that, to have a different point of view?
Yeah, I think movies are at their best when we travel, whatever century we're choosing to look at, whatever decade we're choosing to look at. Movies will always be better when you see characters that you can relate to. Yeah. And when you understand that women have just as important part in the movie as men do. That's what's unusual about this Western, is that all the storylines, women are at the center of them.
What would you say that are the elements that define your approach to Western?
For me, is to find the location that look authentic and that are still there. The clothes must be appropriate. The language of what people are saying has to be of that time. But I think the real key is to make sure that their behavior is something that you recognize as an audience today. We're not so different than the people 200 years ago. The only difference is the conditions they were working, that they had to live in, were so difficult. They didn't have any luxuries. They just had to hold on. And so when I make that story, I want to make sure the actors are acting that way. They're just holding on. And so authenticity, I think, is the key to all of our movies. When we're authentic with how we portray men and women, children, I think that movie always will stand the test of time, because it will work in any decade as well.
So true. Thank you so much,
You're
Kevin
welcome.
Costner, for presenting Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Good luck with Chapter 3. We're waiting for you at another festival then.
Yes, I'll be making it. I hope.
You do it. You know, the festival audience is your audience, cinephile, art house audience. Love your project, so I think you'll have.
Good. Well, I made it for you.
And this is Chiara Nicoletti from the 81st Venice International Film Festival for Fred, the Festival Insider. Grazie.